channel Magic with Food. Today we'll discuss something on bone health. Bone health requires a good amount of calcium. Now, calcium deficiency leads to osteoporosis, where much of the calcium from the bones is depleted. Now, what can we do for calcium fulfillment? When this question is asked, usually people will run to the nearest medical shops and they buy a supplement for calcium. By taking calcium through tablets, will it fulfill the requirement of calcium? Now, each tablet is 500 milligrams, out of which 60% is utilized by the body and 40% consists of other materials used for making the tablet. Now, usually calcium absorption depends upon the age of an individual. Now, usually younger people, because of more activity, calcium is absorbed quickly. Around 70 to 75% of the calcium is absorbed. As the age increases, after 50, the calcium absorption is only 50%. Our daily requirement of calcium for adults is 1200 milligrams per day. Now, if you are dependent only on tablets, then around 6 tablets should be taken per day, so that your daily requirement of calcium is fulfilled. Now, when we are taking such a huge amounts of supplements, then it will lead to kidney stone formation or cardiac problems. The best source of calcium is food. Now, milk and milk products definitely are good source of calcium. Easily available, easily digestible. 100 ml of milk contains 110 to 130 milligrams of calcium. If we depend only on milk, huge amounts of milk to be taken per day to fulfill our requirement. If we look into the next group of foods, that is green leafy vegetables or other vegetables, they contain 100 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. Let's look into the other foods which can definitely help in fulfilling our requirement. The traditional foods like sesame seeds, which are long forgotten, can definitely fulfill our requirement of calcium. Sesame seeds, 100 grams, contain around 1000 milligrams of calcium. Now, this can be made into powder, or it can be made into chutney and can be consumed, or it can be made into chikkis and can be consumed. The next group of foods that are easily available in our kitchen is Jeera seeds. Now, Jeera contains again 1000 milligrams of calcium, but 100 grams of Jeera cannot be taken at once. So, Jeera is used for seasonings and it can be made into powder and can be added to various curries or various food preparations. Now, usually those who have a habit of eating somf after food, Jeera can be added into the somf, but before adding, Stir fry or roast jeera and add it to soap so that 1 teaspoon of soap can be taken after every meal. The next food among the fruits are the citrus fruits, that is sweet lime or lemon. When you peel out the skin, you do have a white covering which is again rich in calcium. Now 100 grams of this white peel contains around 3000 milligrams of calcium. But you cannot take 100 grams of this peel. So the best thing is after food or after meal, whenever you are eating a sweet lime or an orange, please do take it with the white peel so that it will fulfill your requirement of calcium partly. The next group of food we can think of is finger millet or ragi from the cereals and millets group. Now usually 100 grams of ragi contains 220 milligrams of calcium. So this can be made as the main course in the form of ragi ball or for breakfast item in the form of ragi roti or in the form of ragi dosa or in the form of idli. It can be taken. Otherwise, it can be taken in the form of porridge. Now, other than this, the curry leaves, which are used as a flavoring agent, also contains good amounts of calcium. Now, 5 or 6 leaves, it should not be picked up and thrown into the garbage. It should be eaten, made in the form of powder, can be taken, or it can be properly masticated and eaten so that it will give good amounts of calcium. Now, calcium requirement can be fulfilled by taking all these foods in one form or the other. It should be made a must. Now, taking calcium alone will not solve our problem of osteoporosis. Now, calcium has 2 good friends, that is vitamin D and cholesterol. The best source of vitamin D is sunlight. It's also called as sunshine vitamin. Because of the lifestyles and because of the apartment culture and because of the air conditioning in the offices and the other factors lead to the least exposure to sunlight. Our skin should be well exposed to the sunlight daily, around 30 to 40 minutes. Our skin should be exposed to the sunlight. Now, for vitamin D synthesis, the skin should be well exposed. Now, below the skin, we do have cholesterol, which is again a good friend of calcium, will help in synthesizing vitamin D. When vitamin D is synthesized, it helps in the absorption of calcium, where this calcium gets attached to the bones. So, for calcium, not only the food, vitamin D requirement should be there along with the cholesterol. Now, whatever the calcium that is present in the body, to keep the levels in normal, we need to have good exercise to the bones. Good amount of yoga can be done. or a gym or good amount of running, all this will help in keeping the bones in active form, and which helps in the absorption of calcium. So there are other videos followed by where how each food can be supplemented in our diet.